the review of the factors that influence egg fertility and hatchability in poultry. Outline of the topic, introduction, summary, and conclusion.
Introduction. Poultry production is gaining its popularity because it can give proteins to people. Poultry production is wholly dependent on the supply of the day-old chicks. The supply of day-old chicks is very important for the success of the poultry production. Egg fertility and hatchability are the major parameters of reproductive performance. Fertility pertains to the percentage of incubated eggs that are fertile. On the other hand, hatchability is the percentage of the fertile eggs that hatch. They are both interrelated, heritable traits that vary among breed variety individuals in a breed or variety. So, yon poultry ay popular at kilala not only in the Philippines but all around the world dahil sa protein source na nakuha ng mga tao. Poultry production, kapag purpose ito na business, may kita or enough profit na makukuha. Sa poultry production, nakadepende lang sila sa supply of day-old chicks na kung saan yung mga day-old chicks ay napaka-importante para sa successful poultry production chain. Egg fertility and hatchability. Ito yung two major parameters na kung saan nakaka-impluwensya sa supply of day-old chicks and reproductive performance of poultry species. Fertility refers to the percentage or porsyento ng mga itlog na in-incubate or isinet inside the incubator na kung saan ay fertile or may nabuong embryo. Samantala naman yung hatchability, ito yung porsyento ng mga fertile eggs na kung saan ay na-hatch or napisa. It is important to understand the factors that influence egg fertility and hatchability. A number of other factors such as age of the eggs, storage condition, age of flock, system of husbandry and rearing technology, mating system, incubation, relative humidity, and egg turning angle. These factors have been shown to influence the hatchability of poultry eggs. So, yon sa poultry production, napakalagang maintindihan or malaman yung mga different factors na kung saan naka-impluwensya sa egg fertility and hatchability of an egg. Dahil sa mga factors na ito, mamimaintain yung desired percentage of hatchability and fertility at maiwasan yung shortage of day-old chicks production.
Nutritional value is one of the factors affecting the fertility and hatchability of eggs. In the management of breeder poultry, feed is regulated to prevent excessive weight gain, a major cause of poor ejaculate and ovulation, early ovarian and testicular regression. This is to ensure production of good quality and number of eggs and semen. Some study recommended by Harms et al. 1966, the estimated dietary requirement of protein for laying birds is in the range of 14% to 18% for light and medium-sized exotic birds. So sinasabi lang po dito na kailangan nating i-make sure yung amount ng feeds na pinapakain sa ating breeder poultry para sigurado na ma-attain yung good quality and number of eggs and even yung semen po. Bird factors. The age of the hen has an influence on the fertility of eggs, and there are general tendency of fertility to decline with the age. Greater variation in fertile egg percentage in early production cycle than later. Breed has little effect on hatchability of poultry eggs. The ratio of cock-hen ranges from 1 cock for 5 to 10 hens, depending on the system of production and size of the breed. Heavy breed hens and the extensive systems require more cocks. So, yung bird factors, isa rin siya sa nakaka-apekto ng fertility. lalo yung age. Mas marami pong napoproduce yung early stage kaysa po sa later stage. Sinabi rin po dito na hindi po nakaka-apekto yung breed sa hatchability ng poultry eggs. Egg factors. A fertile egg contains all the nutrients necessary for the development of the embryo to hatching. Eggs usually become fertile about 4 days after the cock has been introduced to the hens. The physical characteristics of the eggs play an important role in the process of embryo development and successful hatching. The most influential eggs parameters are weight, shell thickness, and porosity, shape index, and the consistency of index. The incubation process is more successful if the shell is thicker than the average. Egg size also affects hatchability. Best hatchability was reported for medium-sized eggs, while large eggs had the lowest hatchability. Yung mga pinakamahalagang factors na dapat taglay ng isang itlog upang malaki yung chance sa pag-hatch ay yung shell. It should be thicker kasi po kung manipis siya is madali rin po siyang mabasag. Tapos yung egg size, tapos yung best hatchability size ay yung medium size po. Incubation or incubator factors. Incubation is the process of providing fertile eggs with optimum environmental conditions, temperature, egg turning, and humidity to stimulate embryonic development until hatching, which can be natural or artificial. As we all know, incubation po is yung pag-incubate, yung process ng pag-incubate ng egg upang ma-hatch ito. And upang ma-achieve natin yung pag-hatch ng eggs, kinakailangan na masunod yung proper temperature, egg turning, and humidity, as well as air ventilation. Natural incubation is when a broody hen provides fertile eggs with optimum environmental conditions to stimulate embryonic development until hatching. A maximum of 14 to 16 eggs may be brooded in one nest, but hatchability often declines with more than 10 eggs depending on the size of the hen. Natural incubation. Here, hindi na natin kailangan ang artificial incubator kasi yung mismong hen na po yung maglililim sa mga itlog. But yung maximum na pwedeng niliman lamang po ng hen is 14 to 16 eggs. And yung posible lang pong ma-hatch is more than 10 eggs only and nakadepende pa po yun sa size ng hen.
Artificial incubation. An artificial design that mimics the mother hen's role of providing fertile eggs with optimum environmental conditions to stimulate embryonic development until hatching. A constant incubation temperature should maintain between 37.2 degrees Celsius and 37.7 degrees Celsius. Mortality is seen if the temperature drops below 35.6 degrees Celsius or rises above 39.4 degrees Celsius for a number of hours. Overheating is more critical than underheating. Never store eggs at temperatures about 24 degrees Celsius and at Never store eggs at temperatures about 24 degrees Celsius and at humidity lower than 40 degrees Celsius. These conditions can decrease hatchability dramatically in a short period of time. Do not store eggs for more than 10 to 14 days. After 14 days of storage, hatchability begins to decline significantly. The position or large end up or vice versa of egg storage influences hatchability. When the embryo is not oriented correctly, reduced hatchability may occur. Egg turning during incubation is important for successful hatching and influences hatchability. No turning of eggs during incubation results in low hatchability and the rays hatch by a few days. Environmental factors, temperature and photoperiod are the two main factors that influence fertility and hatchability. So there's a high chance na mamatay or hindi mag-hatch yung mga egg kapag nasobrahan mo yung, ay kapag nag-overheat or sobrang baba ng temperature niya. So pinaka-importante talaga yung temperature and yeah, photo period of time.
Conclusion. Success of the poultry industry at small or large scale depends on a regular supply of day-old chicks. The production of day-old chicks is influenced by the fertility and hatchability of the eggs. Fertility and hatchability are traits that influenced by both genetic and environmental factors. Successful production of day-old chicks starts with the proper selection and management of breeding stock, proper post-lay handling of fertile eggs, and the correct incubation process.
And that's all. Thank you po.